Hello, everyone. Today's Tuesday, October the 28th.
I'm Jeff Zayas from Napa, California.
And I'm Robert Taylor in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Hey, I'm Duke Carico on this edition of Android Journal. Amazon steps up the streaming game with a casting stick. Apple Pay, NFC in the game for your dollars. Chrome OS allows you to drag files from your Android to your Chromebook. Inbox impressions. Hey, and is that a phablet in your pocket? Hey, all of this, our apps, and more. Hey, guys, welcome to episode 76. Happy Halloween.
Halloween weekend, yes. Coming up.
Yippee Skippy. And go Giants.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I'm pulling for him, Jeff, absolutely. And we will do our best to end this right on the hour so you don't miss any second of play, my friend.
That's what's going to happen.
And
I'm going to talk really slow.
That's, you could talk as slow as you want because I won't be here.
all right. Hey, just want to remind everybody that the Q&A app is running. So if you got some questions, throw them our way. Hey, guys, let's go ahead and get down to business. Let's talk about this Amazon streaming stick. Jeff, did you get one at the special prime price of $20?
I did. $19, $20, and I think it came out to be $20 and some odd cents. So only the downside for me is, it won't be arriving until December 4th because I waited a couple hours to click on the little button to buy it. But you can't go wrong. I mean, $20, I'm going to give it a shot,
What about it, Robert?
Well, the $20 is kind of a hard deal to pass up. I pulled the trigger on it. I did it, but I tell you what, Jeff, I did it very early this morning, and my expected delivery date is Christmas Eve. So Santa Claus must be delivering my Amazon Prime this year.
So guys, let me ask you, let's see, Robert, do you have a Chromecast? You don't, do you?
I do not. I did not buy the Chromecast. I was this close.
Okay, and fair enough. Jeff, you do have a Chromecast,
I do have a Chromecast. Yep, I do.
So do you use it?
I only use it for Netflix, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a couple other things.
Okay, fair enough. And I've got one, but I've also got two Google TVs, and I can cast to those also. So, but I think everybody was kind of jumping on the Chromecast bandwagon based on price alone. I mean, $35 to give you Netflix and the ability to cast what was on your device to your television. And now, Amazon has come out with this thing, and it even includes a remote control.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen.
Plus they have voice search Android app as well.
Yeah, and I think what we're looking at here is, you've had your Rokus and your Apple TV, so forth, etc. All right around the $100 mark, but you didn't have really anything to compete when you were talking about less than $40. And suddenly, man, I mean, hey, I believe several of us have taken notice. If you're a Prime member, I mean, if you're already doing Amazon Prime, man, it almost makes sense to go ahead and get this device. Would you guys not agree?
Oh, yeah.
It's the money, price always sells, okay? And like you mentioned, it brings the remote with it. I mean, this is basically just something to keep somebody in the ecosystem at $19. I mean, regular price is going to be $39, which puts it in line with the Roku stick and the Chromecast. But I just wonder what hackability is going to be on this device as compared to the Chromecast. Chromecast development is, growing and growing. I wouldn't say at a very fast pace, more glacially paced, but it's growing and its functionality is going to expand. what more can you do with the Amazon Fire Stick is going to be the question.
Well, the question will be is if you can still cast other apps like HBO Go or whatever, or your tab or whatever, to this, because you might be running the same kind of protocol, and you might be able, because it'll see it as, a Wi-Fi device to cast to. So maybe, I don't know. I'm hoping that it's the best of both worlds. You can
out of the box, Jeff, this is the way it's shipping right now. HBO Go is not supported. What is supported is Netflix, Amazon Instant Video, Hulu Plus, YouTube, Pandora, PBS Kids, Watch ESPN, Bloomberg TV, Crackle, and Twitch.
But this is my guess. My guess is there will be a hack for the Android devices to cast any tab over or whatever to this as well. I bet you it's going to be doing this. It's going to see it as a same kind of server.
Right. And that would make it interesting.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was pretty excited to learn this, and I think this is going to be really cool. Honestly, guys, if you look at what Google offers with the Chromecast at $34.95, this device is probably worth it at $40. It's just comparing those two.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you compare the Roku stick at $50, the Amazon looks like a really good deal, because of the Amazon device. First of all, it's got more memory and offers more streaming options. Okay.
It has a higher band, Wi-Fi, and it has 8 gigs of flash storage. It's gonna. I bet you it's gonna stream even, less buffering. All that stuff's gonna happen, right?
Sure.
Okay. They mentioned specifically about the streaming being faster with the. What did they call that? I can't remember what it was. Dadgummit, it's ASAP, Advanced Streaming and Prediction, where it takes the show you're watching, figures out what you might want to watch next, and gets that ready. I mean, so you could instantly go from show to show, if they're in the same genre or whatever. So,
or if you're binge watching, like Orange is the New Black or something, right? You're gonna watch 5 episodes in a row. It might help with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this prediction. We've been hearing some rumors about a new Google Chromecast. I believe we'll see it shortly. I'm gonna say before the Christmas season. That's my prediction. Okay.
You think so? I don't know about that. I would like to see it. I would like to see a new and improved Chromecast, but with a quicker development life cycle. This one has been, growing, but not nearly fast enough for me, which is why I'm happy I've kind of held back a little bit.
Don't you think Amazon is doing a better job of competing with Google?
No.
No. Really?
No. Well, hey, let's talk about the Fire Phone real quick.
Oh, that was a disaster. Even though I liked it.
$1 hit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, man. Amazon does a lot of things really good. They've got their eye on the long game and not next quarter's profits. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still some things that Amazon would like to do that they haven't figured out how to do yet.
Yeah, and even though I keep on saying Google Glass, right? That hasn't been adopted or taken off as a consumer product. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. But that is the case. So I hate to see the bottom line on the development of that. I'm sure the inventory is not like with the Fire Phone, I'm sure they had so much inventory it's disgusting. That's a little bit different because they probably ramped up to sell it and it didn't sell. Where Google Glass, they didn't really ramp up to sell it and it didn't sell. So, and you got the Nexus Q that they whatever, they didn't even make it to be a product, right?
6 weeks. That's all it was there for. 6 weeks. Come on.
But the reason why
real quick, this wasn't on the docket for tonight, but since we're talking about it, let's talk about it. We've talked in the past about these exclusives. Okay, you sign these exclusive contracts with one carrier. There's a real good chance that I'm not going to leave my carrier or break a contract to buy an Amazon phone. And I think that most of the people are like me. Now, if my contract's up and I walk into a store and it's available, I might consider it if I'm not informed. Okay. But yeah, I think, like I say, we all saw this coming. Everyone in the tech and coffee community, I mean, we all talked about how this thing was going to fail. This is not a tablet,
I thought it was going to succeed.
Oh, you said it was going to succeed?
I said, yeah, I thought I liked the idea of the, not the 3D stuff, but the idea of where they could predict. You could look at something and buy it, and look at it and find out where it's at and how much it is, and then buy it online and things like that. I thought that was very, like barcode scanner-ish, kind of would really work out really well for them. A good intro for those people who want to, purchase a lot of things and see it. I thought that was kind of cool. It didn't turn out. It didn't pan out. So.
Like I say, I think listen, we're talking about like Amazon's now out of the phone business, and that's not the case. But yeah, the Amazon Fire Phone so far has been a big fail for them. That's for sure. All right.
But just to finish off my point, just to do it, because I'm going to be pointing with this thing, whatever this thing is. I do think that Google and Amazon are strongly starting to compete against each other. I think they look at themselves as, advertising, purchasing stuff. I think Amazon is positioned well to go against Google, because when I search for stuff, I'm searching on Amazon for products. I'm not searching on Google for products, right? So, I think they're still. It's going to still. That is their competitor.
Yeah. You make a good point. I know if I'm considering a purchase, normally the first thing that I'll do is see if Amazon's got it and how much they're wanting for it. You make a valid point there. Okay. Hey guys, let's continue talking about buying stuff, but let's buy it with our phone. These NFC payments. Google Wallet.
CVS.
Yeah, Google Wallet has. It's been a fail. I have not used my phone and NFC to purchase anything. I have used Google Wallet. I've used the Google Wallet card, but I haven't used my phone, and it's never taken off for a variety of reasons. And there's a lot of hope put in Apple Pay. Apple Pay's pretty much already using a lot of industry standards, but guess what, man? We've got Rite Aid and CVS basically saying, nah, we're not going to accept Apple Pay. We're going to do something else. Best Buy has said that they're not going to use it. There's a lot out there that are saying they're not going to be offering Apple Pay anytime soon. Everybody's wanting to compete their own standards with their own standards. Jeff, I'm going to let you start on this. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, I don't know what my thoughts are, to tell you the truth, because I thought Apple Pay did it. I thought they did it in a smart way. They kind of got the major banks behind them. They got some real big retailers behind them. They got like Starbucks and Macy's and then I thought with all the credit card that have to be reissued with the chip on them now, the new standard, the reissuing of cards, that's a big expense. So I thought they brought it out at a time that it's positioned well to use your phone. Everybody has a cell phone, to a degree. So I thought, and I still think it has more legs than any other system out there.
Yeah.
And people will either force retailers to start accepting it, or I don't know what the entry point is to Apple Pay, how much of a slice they're taking for the transaction processing fee, how they're divvying that up with MasterCard or Visa or whoever. So it could be like, American Express. Some small retailers, right, don't want to take American Express because the charge is so high. You just don't want to do it, and they don't want to compete with the terms of 60 days to pay or 30 days to pay or whatever that is. And I'm sure Robert has a better viewpoint on that, but I think that's part of it. And it might be that this Rite Aid and the pharmaceuticals had their own. They were ready to deploy something. They had money already on the table for this other package that they were doing and invested in it. So I don't know, but I still think Apple Pay is not dead. It is not dead. It's going to gain favor. And
Robert, jump in here.
Well, you're right. There are certain reasons why people won't accept American Express, and it is because of the fees, but now also the regulations. American Express is very tough. If you're a merchant and you have an issue, it's very difficult to deal with American Express to resolve a payment issue. What I think is scary here, and this is really bad, what Rite Aid and CVS are actually doing is they do have a vested interest in a new payment system called Currency. Basically, it is another payment system, much like what Verizon was doing, why you couldn't get Google Wallet on many Verizon phones. Verizon came up with the ISIS payment system, and they wouldn't accept Google Wallet on their phones because they wanted to promote their own payment system. And this is what's scary, okay? In a time where we have data breaches happening left and right, you're going to have companies that are doing exclusive financial deals for exclusive businesses. So if you're going to go into Rite Aid, you're going to have Currency. If you're going to want to use your Verizon phone, you got to have the ISIS payment system. It's almost like having separate credit cards for every single store that you walk into. And that's just nuts. It's just plain crazy. I truly had seen Apple Pay as being the unifying factor, bringing everybody to accept NFC as a viable payment option. And instead, now what we're seeing is that the businesses are pushing back, saying, we don't want to give that merchant cut of the pie to Apple. We're going to come up with our own system so that we can keep some of that money for ourselves. And granted, we're talking about very, very small sub-percentage points in an individual transaction. But multiply that across tens of millions or hundreds of millions in transactions, and you're talking about a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, that's why Arco doesn't accept credit cards. It's only debit cards because of the transaction fee, and then they charge you the transaction fee of the debit card on your transaction. They'll add that extra 35 cents for a transaction fee that is basically a pass-through to the debit card. So it's a business decision, and I agree with you, Robert, that it's going to be, but I think these guys are going to have to switch out those Verifone terminals or add that other piece of machinery at all their stores regardless, right? And why wouldn't they want to jump on the NFC thing at that point? Or they buy a terminal that supports it and just turns it off, and then if they decide to turn it on, it turns it on. But I think everyone should be buying Verifone stock right now because all those companies have to go out there and buy all those new readers, right? So,
here's what I think is going to happen, okay? Rather than your NFC chip being tied to a particular payment system, this is what I see happening within 5 years. I'm going to do a long-term prediction here. Your NFC chip in your phone is going to be provider independent. Whether you use Apple Pay or you use Google Wallet or you use Currency or you use ISIS, doesn't matter, but you will have to have the app on your wallet. And when you go to make a purchase, you'll be able to use your NFC, but this merchant only accepts ISIS payments or he only accepts Google Wallet payments.
But isn't that really similar to Apple Pay? Because you have to load your credit card information into Apple Pay on your phone and say, okay, I want to use my MasterCard. No, I want to use my whatever card I want to use. That's my primary card, and then maybe there's going to be some rules saying you don't accept this card. Okay, well, here's the next one in the line, right?
Okay, but what happens is that while you load the cards up, the merchant provider that provides the transaction, the retailer can decide who's he going to sign the contract with. Is it going to be Apple Pay? Is it going to be Google Wallet? Is it going to be ISIS? Is it going to be something else? And so what happens is you walk into the store and they say, we only accept ISIS payments. Well, you have to have the ISIS app on your phone.
That is not going to happen, though. They're going to accept credit cards as well, right? So, that's what, I mean, I hate to be, Visa doesn't make money out of being the Visa card. It's VisaNet they make the money out of, right? It's the switching of transactions between banks and the merchant is where they make the money. It's not the card. So, Apple Pay is like VisaNet or whatever,
But remember that, no, hang on a second, Jeff. Are you sure you understand how credit cards work?
Yes, I do.
My business arrangement is not with Visa. I have a merchant payment processor in the middle. And that is what Apple Pay and ISIS and Google Wallet are. See,
but that's the same thing. VisaNet is a switcher reconciler between merchant and...
No, it is not.
It is.
No, it is not.
Okay, go into Google right now.
It is not. You sign a contract to process credit cards with a payment processor.
Exactly. Yes. I agreed.
And VisaNet is not a payment processor.
It is a backbone between banks.
Right. But they're not a payment processor. A payment processor is like PayPal or Google or PayPro or any one of the bank's major processors. They sign the contract with VisaNet.
Correct.
The merchant signs the contract with them.
Yes, and that's what Apple Pay is going to be, the VisaNet. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to be the one that does the thing. It's going. that's my belief because you're loading in your credit card for each payment, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to Google this, Jeff, and you are not on first base, second base, third base. You're not even in left field. You're out over the hill. That is completely not right.
Completely not right?
Completely not right.
Completely not right.
Completely not right.
Completely.
Apple Pay is not a bank
it is a backbone of payment.
Backbone. It is not.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that that's what they're shooting for.
If they had the arrangements, that might be possible, but they're nowhere near big enough. I don't know. I think they had a dozen banks that signed on with them. All those banks did was turn over their payment processing to Apple Pay. They became a merchant payment processor. That's it. They still, and why you have to use your Visa card is because you're still processing through the VisaNet, but you're doing it as a merchant. This is all scary because what this action by Rite Aid and CVS has done has pushed back the acceptance of NFC. It's going to crowd the field. It's going to make it confusing for people. They're not going to understand what payment processor that they need to have. And that's why this is a bad deal.
And in the case of Walmart, it's made the barcode scanner more legit because that's the Walmart process is you actually going to scan a barcode to make your payment. Okay, it's a lot more clunky, but hey, this is Walmart, and Walmart's got a special clientele that will probably be more willing to use this. Okay. One question real quick, man. Since this, and I agree with a lot of what you both said, I think it has pushed back the acceptance of NFC, and we've still got a challenge there. But what about companies like Square and PayPal? Are they still in this game? Can they find a way to
Well,
be more legit because of this NFC snafu with all these retailers?
I think Square is, it's just a lot easier for a lot of small business and small merchants, because it's a really low cost of entry to process stuff. They don't have to buy equipment, and it's just a little device that goes on your phone or on your tablet and that's hooked up that sends it. So it's not a big investment, right, in terms of hardware and equipment. So I don't think they're going away, and I don't think PayPal is going away. I just think that they must be scared, though.
All right, fair enough. Hey guys, let's move on to the next topic, and that would be Chrome. There's a lot of Chrome OS fanboys in the Tech and Coffee community. Several of us own the Chromebooks. We're pretty passionate about the OS and all that it can do. It just seems to be a great mobile solution to the traditional PC. They've just released the stable channel 38.0.2125.101, and in addition to several security fixes, now when you hook up your Android phone to your Chromebook or your Chromebox, you can transfer files from the Android device to your Chrome book or box. Now, you can't go the other way. You cannot drag a file from Chrome to your Android device, but you can go one way. To me, this is a huge announcement, guys. I got pictures on my phone. Maybe I want to share them somewhere other than Google Plus or Facebook.
Yeah.
Or maybe I even want to upload them to so that from my PC I can edit them. Okay. I see this as a pretty big announcement, and Rob, I'll let you go first on this one. Give me your thoughts.
Well, I'm not so sure it's that big of an announcement because I don't keep a lot of files on my phone. What I do with my photos and the little video snips that I do, I store them in Google Drive to my photos directory already. I mean, I transfer them that way. Where I would see this would be useful is if I don't have a Wi-Fi connection and I don't want to burn my data on my phone, sending up, hundreds of megabytes of photos. So maybe that would be kind of interesting, and I didn't have Wi-Fi accessibility at that point, but I'm not so impressed that it won't go both ways. Now, I wonder if that will change when Lollipop actually hits, and that's when I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, is that if Lollipop hits, and then I can freely move files back and forth, because it's a bigger deal to me on my Chromebook to have something that I've got on my Chromebook and be able to transfer it to my phone than from my phone to my Chromebook, because on my phone I'm already going to Google Drive, right away. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's nice to have, number one. Number two, if those people don't only use set their phone up to be Wi-Fi to send up photos only, not the cell connection, that would make it, if you want to move it over. I use AirDroid, and everyone here uses AirDroid to kind of move files over, and I do it occasionally. So I think it would be nice to plug it right in. Also, I wonder if it works, and also it's not so much your phone. I wonder how it reacts to somebody else's phone. So if you have another phone that's not yours, Android phone, and you plug it in, does it see it as a drive, and you can move their photos over?
That would be an interesting thing. Like when we were at the Hangout, everybody was snapping photos, but of course it up synced to their Google Drive. Then they had to go in and share it with everybody. But yet, if we had where the phones could just be plugged into one device, and then that one person could share with everybody, that would be cool.
Better than that would be an NFC app to where if we tapped phones, then we could just share photos just off that tap.
But now, hang on a second. We have that already, Duke.
Oh, yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You thought you had a dollar idea.
But, what happens if you find a phone, right? And you just, I wonder if it's not locked, I guess you could look at the photos anyways. Yeah, if the phone's locked, then you wouldn't be able to. So, anyways, I'll shut up.
I think this is going to be interesting going forward, and I think this is just the beginning, guys. I fully expect very soon for us to be able to authenticate stuff with our phone in close proximity to our Chromebooks. I really believe that's just right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, man, I'm moving on. Let's talk about Inbox. Who's got Inbox?
I can't get it. You know why? Because I pay for Google services, so I don't get any of the new stuff.
Google Apps. Yep. Google Apps accounts. It doesn't work. Yep.
And I didn't jump on the invite thing, so I don't have an invite, and I'm waiting for it from Google. So.
Okay, I got a very early invite, and I gave two of my three invites that went live about 24 hours after I activated Inbox. I gave to Tech and Coffee regulars. Guys, I really got to say, you know what? I didn't plan to do this, but let me see if I can.
Just plug it into your Chromebook.
Just a second.
So people know you're going to start showing this? You're going to demo it?
Yeah, for listeners, I'm actually going to pull up. Let's see here. Let me share my screen here, and we'll show what Inbox looks like. Right, this is it, guys, and I'm hoping that's coming through kind of plain tonight.
From my end, it's a little bit blurry. It hasn't focused yet.
Basically, here's what's going on. You've got these groupings already, like social is the top grouping here, and I see Google Plus Tech and Coffee. If I click on it, right here is all of the Tech and Coffee posts that I'm subscribed to from the community. Okay, so that's social. Now I'm gonna go back here, and here's the promos. So there's one from The Verge, there's Newegg, Bluehost, Publishers Clearinghouse. I bet I'm a $10 million winner.
It's been nice knowing you.
But if you'll notice here, you see the little red button down here on the bottom? And I can hit it, and I can add myself a reminder. Want to remember to take Mom out to eat. Okay, and I'm going to save that. And now check this out. Right up here at the very top is that reminder. So any reminder that you add will always appear at the top of your view. Okay?
Nice. Yeah.
And you can also do things, you can snooze them, like I don't want to see this email for a couple of hours, so forth, etc. Guys, I really, really like Inbox. Honestly, I have not used Gmail I've used it one time since I've installed Inbox. I think Google really has a winner here, and you can see here I've hit the little hamburger up top here, and here's all what have I snoozed? What have I called done? If you'll notice, there's not an archive in here, but there is a done. And, your typical, email stuff, your drafts, your sent items, what's your reminders, what do you got trash. Now, right here's currently what I've got set up, bundle as far as my categories: travel, purchases, finance, social, updates, forums, and promos.
Can you click on social again, please?
Sure. Let me grab it right there. All right.
Can you tag them all, saying, I want to delete them all? Or you have to delete each one individually?
I don't see a way to mass delete, Jeff. And it might be in the PC version, but I'm not seeing it here. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I can highlight them all individually and then send them to trash. Okay. And there they. Okay. So yeah. It's I really like the app. Of course, you can go in. It's got some further settings. I really like this app, and I think Google's got a winner. I hate that you guys haven't got it. I know Bruce Turner does have it, and I was really wanting to get Bruce's input on it because I really hadn't had a chance to talk to him since he had installed it. So. What do you think, guys? You got any further thoughts?
Well, I have talked to a couple of people, and they said that it's not super intuitive. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But I think it's a pretty bold leap from the way that Gmail operates to an almost condensed, vertical view of what's going on, and that's going to take some adjusting to. I'm not sure that I'm ready to make that jump because I don't know that I like that drastic of a change. Lord knows I hated jumping from Windows 7 to Windows 8, but I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to try it to see if I can better organize my email because I literally get several dozen a day. And that, between the reminders and the calendar notifications and all of that, it's very tough to really stay on top of things. This looks like you get the bird's eye view, but then you can kind of zoom in where you want to be and get the notifications that are the most important to you.
Yeah, and it looks like you can set up your own tabs, and the rules behind it, and that's nice. So you can say, okay, any I guess email coming from this group of people, put into this tab, and it'll do it on like rule-based sorting or tabbing, whatever.
So once you have the inbox invite, you can go to google.com /inbox. And here's what your email looks like now, okay? Right here's all the reminders that I've got going, all right? Right here's just the latest today, and here's yesterday's email. This came in to me yesterday. If you'll notice, it's got a little bit more visual. For example, my wife sent me some videos that she needed downloaded. Well, it didn't say just see our videos. I actually get this view of what the videos are, and I can actually click on them without even opening the email. Okay? So, like I say, I think it's very clean, and guys, I'm liking it. I have set up, no, I haven't either. I was going to say, but you can set up your categories. And one thing that I want to try, instead of social, I'm going to try and set up a tech and coffee category. And once you start pulling those things over there, it's smart enough to know, hey, he wants these things in this category and not in this social category. So, like I say, I don't know. To me, it's been very intuitive, Robert. Yeah. I mean, I clicked to it as soon as I opened it. So
it would be very cool if they could you could tie your circles to a tab, or a category. Say, okay, this circle of friends goes to this category. So you might not want all Tech and Coffee posts in the same spot that you want Android Journal posts in Tech and Coffee, right? You know what I'm saying? Or that circle of.
Okay, fair enough. I'll follow you. That would be nice. All right, man. Any further thoughts on that?
I'm looking for the invite. I'll get it eventually.
Eventually.
All right. Hey, guys. Really quick on our grab bag. I put a poll up in the Tech and Coffee community. 79 votes. Basically, my question to the community was, what is the sweet spot for a phone display? And basically, I pointed out that, Dell unveiled a 5-inch phone, and it didn't hardly sell at all. 2 years later, Samsung introed the 5.3. We all know the success of the Samsung Galaxy Note, okay? Word is on the street that the Note 4 has already sold over 4 million phones. And we all remember Steve Jones arguing that 3.5 inches is the perfect size for a phone and one-handed use. And now we got the Nexus 6 getting ready to hit at 5.9 inches, okay?
Yep.
One of the largest phones on the market. My question to the group, what is the sweet spot for a phone display? Well, 8% said smaller than 4 inches. 37% said between 4 and 5 inches. 51% said between 5 and 6 inches, and only 5% wished that their tablet was their phone. So it definitely, the trend as far as this poll goes, shows that people like a 5-inch or larger screen.
Yeah, because people are watching more YouTube videos on their phones and watching it's video, using it as a video display. It makes sense. Plus, they're getting more ergonomically suited, right? So the buttons are changing to be on the side of the phone instead of on the top of the phone. So they're making them smarter, and they're making it bezel to bezel screens and things like that. So.
I think that's the biggest thing, is the bezel to bezel. The smaller that bezel, the more screen size. If the entire front of the phone is phone, or screen, then what you end up with is, yes, you got a 6-inch screen, but it has lost a 1/2 inch of what was dead space last year.
Right.
So we're getting bigger and bigger screens in the same size chassis of a phone, and as long as it can still be wielded with one hand and used with one hand, at least reasonably well, people are going to adopt to it, because there is nothing worse than trying to look at an itty-bitty tiny screen. My father-in-law still has a flip phone. And the other day I was at his house, and I went to go do something with his phone. I forget what it was. And I looked out at that little 1.5.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
a smartwatch. You got a smartwatch on your wrist.
Yeah. It's like, good Lord, how can you see this?
I hear you. I think it is kind of unique, though, that the trend, phones just keep getting bigger. And honestly, when the Note came out, everyone wanted to make fun of you holding it up to your ear and how stupid you looked. But yet, man, have you noticed people holding big phones up to their ears? We don't think anything about it now,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, but at one point it's gonna, it will stop in sizes. But I think they're making it like Robert's saying, the bezel to the bezel, more ergonomic, more of a touch screen where it actually has all the controls on the screen itself. It's not part of the chassis and things like that. well, though that form factor doesn't really change, the screen size changes. So.
Right, and again, I think the biggest thing is, can you hold it in your hand? That's what it comes down to. The minute it takes two hands, then it stops being functional as a phone. Because if I got to use both hands to hold it up to my ear, then I really look stupid.
Then you're driving with your feet. Yeah, man. Hey, all right. Hey, guys. Hey, who are we? We're Tech and Coffee, and we'd love to invite you to head over to techandcoffee.info. And, hey, man, we're a daily hangout. Love to hang out. We'd love to have you come hang out with us. We were a community on Google Plus before Google Plus offered communities. We are also on Twitter and Facebook. You can follow us there at Tech and Coffee 1, YouTube Tech and Coffee. Hey, search for us on Google Plus. Search for Tech and Coffee. Click on that T and C logo. Catch this podcast and others on Stitcher Radio and iTunes. As always, questions, comments, snide remarks, drop them to AJ at techandcoffee.info. We're getting ready to do an app segment. Hey, let us know what your favorite app is. We'll enter you in a drawing to win a Tech and Coffee coffee cup. All right, man, with that said, Jeff, what's your app this week, my friend?
Okay, let me do a quick screen share, and but before I do that, well, no.
All right, you took too long. Robert,
it's there.
All right. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, so here's my my app. It's called Reaction Slow Motion Video, and it doesn't have that. It only has 3 stars, only 1,800 downloads. But what is kind of cool about it? If you don't have like the new iPhone 6 or that does the slow-mo of a video, this is a nice little option for you to have. It can bring it down to a couple frames per second, and I'm going to show you that right now. Hold on, let me stop my shot. It's in the Play Store, by the way.
Yeah, that's real nice, Jeff. What do you got, Robert?
I got a new iPhone 6. Yeah, exactly. What do you got? Oh, I got this. Hold it. Oh, what are we? We're Android Journal. All right, let me bring this up real quick. So here it is. It's called Reaction. I already loaded a video into it. I think I did, or maybe I didn't. All right. Let me load in a video. I'm going to import a video from my camera here. I need some happy music. Yes, that's why I need a new phone. My phone
this
is
is your
slow.
phone. I thought this was your tablet. Okay.
No, it's my phone.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring up this video here. And here's a video of Sammy jumping the fence. All right. So let's do that again. And process it. Same video in slow motion.
Very cool.
So you can grab any area of the frames you want and slow motion it, right? And then it saves it on your phone, and you can send it or share it at any kind of video you want. So it actually saves it to your phone in the slow motion capture, which is kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool. Come on, look at my dog jump.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's called Reaction in the Play Store, and I imagine it's free.
It is free, and then they have in-app purchases that you can do to other things that you can extend it past the frames. I'm not doing that. I just wanted to do, if you had some kind of a fast motion thing and you wanted to highlight maybe about 10 seconds of slow motion in it, it's a perfect little thing to do. So Reaction, free in the store. That's my app for today.
Very good. I like it. And Jeff, I'm going to download that right after the show's over. Thank you, man. Robert, what do you got, man?
Well, actually, not so much of an app as it is a rant, and I'll make this really quick. I had a customer call me the other morning. An emergency. Needed 2 routers right away. After a quick search, I found those routers at Walmart.com. They were available in the store. I shot over there to Walmart. They were very reasonably priced online, but in the store they were $20 more. I said, no big deal. I'm just going to go to the register and tell them, hey, match the price, Walmart.com. It's $20 less. I got up there, and get this. Walmart does not match their own online price. You have to buy it online, tell them you want to pick it up in the store, and then you can get it for the online price. I asked the lady, the manager, I said, are you serious? Are you telling me I literally have to buy this online and then I can get it for that price? Yes, sir. Okay, so I did. I bought it, and then I got a notice. Please wait for 4 hours. We will send you an email when your items are ready to pick up. They would not let me take those routers out of the store, period. You had to wait for the email. There's two things wrong here. One, you can't match the price of your own online presence online, and this is Walmart. And two, you have the stock available in the store, and you can't let me pick it up right away. I have to wait 4 hours. Come on, Walmart. That's terrible. That's horrible. And so that is my, not app of the week, but my rant of the week. Shame on Walmart.com.
Well, you should have reviewed the app, saying it doesn't work for 4 hours.
I think we need a standing series for Android Journal from this episode forward. We'll call it Robert's Rant.
I like that.
And we'll give him a platform to give you 3 minutes each week to rant about something over, tech or something. Okay, I'm serious, man. I think this would be a great segment.
And then what happened? You'll hear Robert going, I want you to go to the window and open the window and scream, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
That's right.
All right, hey guys, what I've got here, I think a long time ago I featured the Walking Dead Dead Yourself app. I figured, it's right here at Halloween time.
Is that Festus?
Season 5 has kicked off. I thought it was time to revisit this app. They fixed it up just before we went live. I took this gorgeous picture of myself. Guys, just look how studly I am here before I get started. Okay? I mean, come on, man. Hey, women, I'm sorry, but I am married, okay?
Is that your thumb?
Huh?
Is that your thumb?
My thumb?
Damn. That's a good one, Jeff.
All right, hey guys, I want to pick me out some zombie eyes.
That's cool. Look at that.
Let's see. Do I like those? What about these? I'm not real crazy. Oh, let's see. Let's get these right here. Nah, I don't like that. Oh, I kind of like these. These almost glow in the dark here. Okay, so I've got that. Now then, I want a zombie mouth, okay? I'm not real crazy about that zombie mouth. Ooh, I kind of like that one. I do kind of like that one. Nah, I believe that one's my favorite. And let's see. I want to add an effect. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. There we go. All right, so now that I've deaded myself, now then I hit the little check mark up here in the upper right-hand corner, and I can post to the gallery to where other people with the app can see the picture that I just created of myself, and I can share it to the traditional places like you can in Android, just about anywhere you'd want to. Facebook, Google+, Instagram, wherever you want to put it. Hey, It's a fun little app. It's free. If you're a Walking Dead fan, you've probably already got it. And if you don't have it, you're probably not really a Walking Dead fan. Also, within the app, you can see the most liked. Right here's one that's been most liked, and then you can scroll on and see others that have been added along. So, yeah, it's a fun little app, perfect for Halloween. Right here's the newest that's just been added. And, yeah, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you're going to love the Dead Yourself Walking Dead app. That's my app this week, guys.
And that's in the Play Store?
That is in the Play Store. Just search for The Walking Dead or Dead Yourself. It'll be one of the first ones to pop up.
Man, talk about a great marketing promo of a show, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of fun. I am a big fan of The Walking Dead. Yeah, hey, I think that's what we need to do is a Walking Dead podcast. Yeah, man. All right, hey, guys, we got anything else?
I'm good for this week.
All right, I'll tell you what. Hey, guys, real quick, it looks like the FTC has sued AT&T over their unlimited data throttling. You know, here a while back, they were after Verizon because Verizon basically was telling you, hey, we don't care about your grandfather plans or your contracts. We're going to do what we want to do. But in this case right here, AT&T was doing what they wanted to do and not telling anybody they were doing it. So the FCC's on them, and I'm sure we'll be hearing much more about that one in the days and weeks to come. Hey, guys.
They can thank Verizon real quickly. They can thank Verizon for that because Verizon announced it, and it brought attention to the whole throttling thing, and the FCC came down on Verizon. Verizon had to back down. And when that happened, the FCC told everybody else, Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, we want to inspect the whole thing. Now we want to look at everybody and who's doing what. So, good job, Verizon.
Yeah. Thank you, Verizon. All right. Hey, man, remember, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Tech and Coffee 1. Hey, YouTube, we're Tech and Coffee. Catch this podcast and others on Stitcher Radio and iTunes. Also, follow us on Google+. Search for Tech and Coffee. Look for that TNC logo. Questions, comments, snide remarks. AJ at techandcoffee.info. Gang, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch you in 7. Peace out.
Go Giants.